computer team. It toggle one more. And then I'm going to take it out. It's going to fall.
So you will have to have this.
I don't have that one.
Yeah, the test set.
I don't guess that. I don't?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. New faces. Very good. You get started? Huh?
Yeah, we can get started.
Okay. Hello everyone. Thank you for coming. I'm Master YongHua. I've been practicing Chan meditation for 25 years now. And I'm here to share with you our Chan meditation, which is the Chinese more hardcore form of meditation techniques, a little bit more difficult. Okay, but it will produce much quicker and faster results for you. Been teaching for about 15 years. I have a few temples. My goal, my latest goals is to try to use meditation to help you improve the quality of your life. Okay. So why don't we start first by introducing you to our style of meditation. The technique that we recommend after all these this is the style of meditation I learned from a late Chinese teacher. He's one of the greatest Chan meditation teachers I know of the last few centuries. So he's from the Weiyang lineage of the Chinese meditation, which is one of the most advanced Chan meditation schools in China. Buddhism has the strongest and the most advanced meditation techniques, and our lineage is one of the first schools in China. So we are quite difficult to do. So what I've been doing, which has been very productive for a lot of our students, is we start first by teaching you about having the proper posture. Meditation is you want to sit longer. When you sit longer, you will naturally increase your concentration. So the idea is to find a way to sit longer. In order to sit longer, you need to have the proper support for your back, for your legs, and so forth. So the best support for your legs, for your back in general, is full lotus. Okay, meaning that can we have someone to help me demonstrate here at all? I notice a lot of people. We have some people joining off-site, remote as well. So we need to show them on the camera how to have the proper full lotus posture. Okay, can we do that?
Yes. So I can do the demonstration, but can you help with the camera angle so that they can see?
Oh, I see.
The chair here. Is
Put a chair there.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Okay, so the full lotus involves the order is very important. It's a yin-yang reasons, a lot of reasons. You cross your legs. The full lotus is you cross your left legs, put it on your right thigh. Okay, like that. That's the first one. Okay, that's half lotus. You slide you slide your right leg underneath your left knee, that's a half lotus. Okay, I recommend you do at least that. Okay, if you can't, it's not uncommon for you to have a hard time even bending one leg over the other. And don't worry about that. It eventually will naturally drop, due to gravity. Your leg cannot stand, lift up that there forever. Eventually it has to fall. Okay, so it also has to do with the fact your legs will become more flexible as well with time. Okay, so we recommend you do left leg on first like that, and slide the right leg underneath. That's called half lotus. You notice one side of the knee is higher than the other, meaning that your back support is not quite there yet, because you have better support on one side than the other. So that's why it's a little bit unbalanced. Okay, but still it's much better position. And for some of you who cannot cross your legs that much, then it's called comfortable position when you only cross your legs in front of yourself. Okay, but if you want to improve, you need to do something more difficult than you normally can. This is what training is about. Okay, like lifting weight, you need to want to lift a bit more than you can normally lift. Same thing here. In meditation, you want to try to do something that's more difficult, and that's how you improve a lot quicker. Okay, the harder it is for you, you find a way to train it, and then you will get much faster results. Okay, so we highly recommend you shoot for half lotus right away. Do not be comfortable and seek the easy way out. Okay, so half lotus is like that. You got that? So far so good? And eventually when our legs are not designed to be bent like that for a long time, because by design, this will constrict the blood circulation around your ankle and your knees and your hips. That's on purpose. Okay? In doing that, we'll kick up the qi naturally. The qi is the life energy that flows through your entire system, your entire body. The Chinese, the Eastern medicine or acupuncture and those types of medicine, they know about the flow of energy throughout the body. Okay, that's why they have acupuncture, they have qigong, they have all those practices. So practically, the qi flows throughout our body every how long does it take? I forgot already. 2 hours. It completes a full cycle through our body every 2 hours. Okay, it usually starts. The qi is stored in your battery right here. Okay, in the navel, right here. That's your center of gravity. That's also your battery, where when you pack energy, that's where they go, and then they travel throughout the qi meridians. You heard about that, right? In the acupuncture, they talked about the 12 major meridians. That's why it flows. So that what you want to do is by crossing the legs, your qi will be naturally picked up because of the blood constriction in your various parts of the body. The qi naturally trying to pick it up so that we will try to break through. That's our natural defense system, natural healing system. So the Chinese Chan meditation technique is very clever. They take advantage of that by increasing the qi flow by first constricting your blood flow. Okay? And along with that, there's a price, the price of discomfort. Okay? It's supposed to be uncomfortable and it hurt quite a bit. Okay? All right, so that's half lotus. And then, if possible, then you bend the right leg, cross over on top of the left knee. Can you do that? Okay. There you go. If you can, do it. If you can't, it's okay. What happens is, as you try to do something like a half lotus, which is a natural thing, your knee will be lifted up like that, and as I said, it will drop eventually, naturally. Okay, and with time. So, any questions about that? That's a natural posture. That's a posture of the legs. Yes.
Would your recommendation be the same for left-handed and right-handed people?
Yes. Left-handed, right-handed people, doesn't matter. This has to do with the yin and the yang. Okay, the left represents the yin part of your nature. The yang is part. The right is yang. So yang has to be on top of yin as nature dictates. So that's why the order. Okay. In some places they teach the reverse order. As only because they don't understand the yin and the yang, and they haven't gone far enough to know that the better order is to conform with nature. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. Now that's the posture. Okay. The first thing is you want to have the proper positioning of the legs to have the base, have a good base underneath, so that you have a chance to sit longer. So far so good. Now, also now you need to look at your small back. Okay, do not arch it. Our small back has a natural curve right there, so keep it natural like that. Do not slouch. Anyone has any problems with the legs or back so far? Okay. Normally it should be okay for you to sit like that. And that's all you need to do. You don't have to worry upper torso. Don't tense up. Just relax. Okay. And then to keep your mind occupied, think about your navel. So take the fingernail, touch it up against your navel, and just think about it. Okay. Contemplate the navel right there. So that even when you take off your fingers, you can sense where it is. Okay. That is what we call Tantian. Okay, your center. That's where you store your qi energy. All your life energy is stored right there. Okay, the major part. Okay, and actually, at a more advanced level, actually it goes deeper than that. This Tantian will actually evolve. So don't worry about that. Okay, but for now, starting out, concentrate on your navel, okay? And your eyes should be about either closed or about looking in front of you, okay? 30% closed, 30% open, I'm sorry. So far so good? So that you look down, so that you minimize the distraction from external things, okay? I like to close my eyes, but then at times, closing your eyes will make you fall asleep a lot easier. Okay, so it's okay to open a little bit. Okay, if you fall asleep. Otherwise, you can close your eyes to avoid visual distractions. Okay, and think about your navel. Just focus on your navel. Okay, a lot of places they teach you to focus on here between the eyes, and they call the spiritual eye, whatever. Okay, and your two hands, and that's not a good idea, because what we try to do is to help you take your attention away from your brains. The top of your head is where your mental activities are happening. You think when you pay attention up here. When you go down to the navel, it minimizes your thinking. Okay? The objective of meditation is eventually to train you to develop the ability to stop thinking at will. Right now, I know you can't. Okay? And our students, many of them have been able to get to the point where they can stop the thinking entirely. Okay? So this is based on results. see what else. Or the fingers. It doesn't matter. Just relax the finger. This is how the finger should look. Okay. Hand, the right hand on top of the left, and it's called a mudra. It's a biochana mudra. What it does is that the chi, when you get a more advanced level, you feel that the chi actually, when you touch your thumb here, the chi actually is a bridge here. And I was lazy when I was in my early days. I got lazy. No one was watching, so I would sit like this. And one day I realized that she actually jumping from this side to the next. So it makes a difference, by the way. Okay, so for you starting out, this is easier for you. And the advanced guys, they don't care. You go like this, and it jumps. The chi jumps from one thumb to the next. It's kind of cool. You could see it happening. Okay, so that's why at your level, it's better to close the chi circuit like this. Okay, and rest and relax. All right, any questions? If no questions, then let's meditate for 20 minutes. All right, let's get started. And bear the discomfort. Do not move. If it hurts, it's uncomfortable, bear it. typically, we recommend that you meditate an hour a day to train yourself. That's just to maintain the status quo. Okay, this will take care of both your physical and mental health. It requires a daily maintenance. Okay. But today's the reason I came here today is I want to have the opportunity to share with you the importance of clearly knowing where you want to go when you meditate. Okay, it's goal setting. I found that the people who meditate, the goal they set are too low. Well, that's why they are not getting the most out of their meditation sessions. Meditation, as it was originally brought to this world from our Buddha, was meant for us to systematically increase our focus, our concentration. So it's a very powerful tool. Chan meditation is a very powerful tool for us to develop our concentration. Okay. In fact, in the Chan meditation world, we are very precise. We measure your level by concentration. And so, for example, at the lowest level, it's called scattered. It's a 0 because you can't concentrate. Right? And your mind is distracted by the sound, by the smell, by noises, by visual distractions, and so forth. On the other hand, I know of this particular professor. He was doing his PhD in functional analysis at Berkeley. It's one of the most theoretical field in math. It's one of the toughest field in mathematics. It's purely theoretical. And he's working on his thesis was about the problem his advisor has been stuck for 30 years. Okay, and his advisor is was one of the two top professors in the field at the time. Okay, they were stuck on that problem for 30 years, and so he sat down and he says, "I'm going to write a thesis to fix this problem, to solve this problem." And he told me that he just sat down and started writing his thesis, and he lost track of time, and then 17 hours later, he finished it. He finished his thesis and solved the problem. And so he's able to concentrate for 17 hours straight. That's concentration power. It takes that kind of concentration power to solve the bigger problems, the bigger issues, right? So, Chan meditation is the technology, the technique, the Buddhist technique to help you develop that power of concentration. His concentration is not the highest. Okay? My point being that when you meditate, I propose to you, meditation is to improve yourself. That's what interested me and brought me to meditation, because I want to become a better person, better in whatever measure you want to consider, better at dealing with the stress level. Life's stress level is forever increasing. Okay, it gets more stressful as you get older, as you get promoted, and so forth. As you improve, you're able to more effectively deal with stress. You can be healthier. Okay, So you can be smarter. Each level concentration, practically, you go to the next level of concentration, your mind is about at least twice as fast as before. Twice as fast. In fact, when you get to more advanced levels, when you go to the next level, you know what happens? You can sense, you can see in your brains more channels being open in your gray matter. That's why it's faster. It's a physical thing. Okay. We measure it in terms of samadhi power, concentration power. Samadhi is a Sanskrit word that means concentration, proper reception. And that's why in Chan meditation, we gauge our students by the level, the samadhi level. Okay, so if you meditate at all, most people meditate because they want to feel good, they want to relax. That's a small goal. That should happen naturally. It shouldn't even be a goal. Okay, the goal of meditation is to develop concentration. Okay, so for example, if you start practicing meditation, your first goal should be to enter what is called the first dhyana, meaning the first level of concentration. Below that, you scatter. You cannot concentrate at all. Okay, and when you go from being scattered, and you go to be a better person to improve yourself, then your energy level increases. You have a lot more stamina. Okay, your mind is faster. A lot of good things happen along with that. Okay, for example, you become more patient. You become more eventually. You develop. You practice a proper way, more humble, a better person all around, a better co-worker, a better boss. Okay. June here has been with us how many years now? 6 years? I don't count the years anymore. And you've been improving, yes?
Yeah.
I hope.
Yeah, I got promoted twice.
It's more fun to improve, by the way. People do not make the mistake of meditating, looking forward to that pleasant feeling, that peace and bliss you experience. You meditate naturally. Okay, that is a trap right there. Because if you meditate and look forward and look for that nice feeling, that peaceful feeling, that blissful feeling, then you're stuck at the same level. And that's why one way that you try to do is make sure you set a goal properly. Do not try to look for what you had before. You try to improve on what you had before, you experienced before. Okay? You try to build your concentration power, to increase it. Okay? That's what this is about. That's what Chan meditation excels at doing. And that's what our students have been doing. I encourage them, I never allow them to lose track of that. Okay? It's about self-improvement. My lifelong interest has been to how to become a better person, to improve on myself. And that can be measured by concentration level. It's not I used to go to bookstores and read up on the books on whatever psychology, how to become a better salesman, how to become a better friend, how to influence, have more friends and influence people. Dale Carnegie, anyone heard of that book? That's my era. And it's a lot of books, a lot of concepts, but it's not until I picked up on Chan meditation that I discovered that the real measure of self-improvement is concentration power. All right? And I'm also very lucky in discovering Chan meditation, the Wei-Yang style, the Chinese style. My late master, late teacher brought to this country from China. And it has quite advanced training techniques to bring us to very high level of concentration power. All right? Any questions? Comments? Yes. Give me a microphone.
Thank you. I have during the meditation. I have a question. During the meditation, maybe it's my personal like the body or whatever. It's mostly my chi. I can notice my chi is mostly my head. And try to like feel like or focus on the navel, but like the chi on the head is just like so overwhelming. Not overwhelming, but it's just much more noticeable than anything on navel. What should I do?
Okay. This gentleman here is able to sit in full lotus, by the way. That's very good. Okay. You want to train yourself to sit in full lotus. Challenge yourself. Do not settle for the easy way. I know you have to go back to work. That's why some of you are worried that can I even get back to my desk? I can't even walk. Let's face it. You should challenge yourself. That's do not settle for the easy way out. Okay. So the question he has is that he's able to sit in full lotus, and he was sitting very still, and that's very good start. And you look at him, and like most of you, you're all cerebral. That's why you're here. Okay, to produce your mind, use your brains. Okay, so your concentration, your focus is upstairs. It's all here. You always are constantly thinking, evaluating, analyzing, scheming. Okay. The technical analysis is not as multidimensional as scheming at the management level. You know that? Why? Because it's more of you schemers, more of you people to manage. So it's much more multidimensional. It's much more challenging. Okay? Much more difficult. Anyway, you all used to processing up here. Use your mental processing to make a living, okay? And you pride yourself on that, okay? I went to, for example, to math departments. Okay? I have connection to the math department. I was a math major myself, not a good student, just a lousy student. But these academians, they are intellectuals, and they fight each other with the intellect, okay? And for us, professional, we look at these intellectuals as babies, because they have, the mind power is strong, but they don't know how to concentrate. It's very easy to distract them. Make sense? Okay, so you have mental processing power. That's why your head is always processing up here. So you're used to doing that all day long. And what does that mean? You're very inefficient. You're always spinning. Your head is always spinning. Okay, you're not able to stop at will at all. So for example, if you go have a cup of coffee, go get a cup of coffee, and you go up the stairs here in this building, you can't relax. You keep on thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking and thinking every step of the way. That's not very efficient. Okay, that is called wastefulness, waste of mental energy. So self-improvement will help you develop the ability to take a break in your mental processes, so that you only use your mental processing to solve problems you need to solve, and relax when you don't have to. Like your cars nowadays, when it stops at a stoplight, Okay, I think it shuts down. At least the Porsche, not the BMW. BMW too? The new ones. So you see, even the cars are trained to shut down and then turn on the engine when it needs to turn it on. You can't do that because right now your mind is always processing. And now what happened to you today is you learn is that I'm supposed to, excuse me, go down to my navel. So you have one more thought up here that you need to solve. And that's why your head is heavier than normal. Okay, and that's by design. Now we're forcing you to bring attention more to down here. And that's why you struggle. And it's a good thing because if it's easy, then you're not going to improve. So keep on trying. There's nothing to worry about. You keep on focusing, okay, down there. And sit longer, it will naturally happen. Okay. Yes, question in the back.
Thank you. So my question, I have two questions. The first is, if someone is elderly or unfit in some way, do you recommend kind of strengthening and training the body before sitting in this position? And the second question is, so you mentioned how it's going to cause pain eventually.
Yes.
Although it's causing pain, is that pain in some way beneficial or healthy for the body? For example, I feel like once I was in the position for a long time and the vessels were kind of maybe constrained, and then I stood up and let blood flow through them, that was maybe healthy for the self in some way.
Okay. So the first question is, elderly people, shouldn't they train their body before they do this?
Yeah, or if the body is just unfit in any way. So for example, personally, sometimes I have back pains, so I'm strengthening my core, strengthening my back, and wondering how long of a period I should sit at one time versus strengthening my body first before straightening it.
Okay, good question. You don't need to worry about exercising or doing anything else to strengthen your body to prepare for meditation. Meditation will naturally take care of that. Right? In particular, at our temples, right now we have a intensive Chan training session at year end. So we meditate from 3 in the morning until midnight. Okay, and we have a lot of people who came from Korea, and most of them are in the 60s, late 60s, and older, and they are they're meditating, and the legs are hurting, the back are hurting, and it's very good for them. It's part of the training is to endure the discomfort because it's a secret in our Chan training where if you train your mind to endure it, then it increases your focus naturally. Here's how it happens. Your mind hates discomfort, is afraid of pain. Am I correct? You're all scared of pain, aren't you? At least normal people are. You look normal, you all look normal to me. We are naturally reluctant, and we try to avoid pain and discomfort. Okay, it's enough that our bosses are inflicting enough pain on us. So we don't need any more pain, let's face it. But you don't realize that with this particular kind of training is different. The pain here is by design. As I said, the blood doesn't flow freely when you bend at these places.
and therefore the pain will come. Okay, and when it's there, and you want to endure it, you want to bear it, then your mind have no choices but think about the pain, and it can no longer. For example, if where was it hurting, the knee or the ankle or the back? For you,
For me, actually, I was okay too.
it was okay, and then you stood up. Why do you stand up?
Because again, to my first question, I'm not so much worried about my mind bearing the pain. It's more so I'm wondering if I'm physically on my body and should stand up to prevent damage.
Right, right. You shouldn't be afraid to damage your body. Okay, as I try to tell you, it is by design that we do that. It will increase the concentration. Okay, and because of the increase of concentration, actually the body becomes healthier, becomes more flexible. Your back, when you have back issues right now, actually will fix that back problem by sitting, by simply sitting. You know why? Here's what happens. Let me describe to you the secret process behind this. Okay, this is ingenious. This is why Chai meditation is very difficult to teach. And if you're willing to do that, the results are far greater and much faster. Because of the posture, the blood doesn't flow freely anymore, the pain will come. Sooner or later, the pain will come. Okay? And when the pain comes, your mind is afraid and is very bothered by that. Your first reaction, like most normal people, to stand up and avoid it. Okay? But if you have faith in the training, because we have all these people have endured it already, and they seem to be okay. They don't need a crutch yet. After 6 years. How many years? 10 years. For me, 25 years. Okay? So, I understand why you should be concerned, you should be cautious, that's okay. But if you're willing to train that, you do it gradually. You bear a little bit more and more and more, so that it's on the safe side. But every time you bear it, when you the pain, you bear more of the pain. The mind is bothered by that, and it focuses on the pain only, to the exclusion of everything else. That is called concentration. So you bear, the more it hurts. The more bothered you become, the more you think about it. Go away, I don't want you here, I don't want you here. That's concentration. You hang on for another 30 seconds, and you're able to concentrate on that thought 30 seconds longer. Aren't you? Okay. So as you sit longer, you are able to concentrate longer. So the concentration power naturally increases. So far so good? So that's the process behind increasing concentration. As concentration increases, okay, then the qi will also increase. Okay, the qi increases, meaning it not only increases where it tries to break through, where it bothers you, but also the qi level flows a lot stronger throughout your body. Okay, and it flows through eventually to the area in your back where it hurts. It hurts because the qi is not flowing properly. The qi is being blocked, so it's trying to break through. That's where the pain comes in. Okay? And eventually, when the qi is stronger, break through, and the back is healed. So for us, professionals, we've been doing this, meditating for a long time, and went through many of these phases. We watch these things being healed, our body being healed. Okay, it starts first around your navel area, because that's where the chi is strongest. It comes out of the gates right here. Okay, so it fixes your digestive systems first. Okay, and then goes down and it rises. So it fixes all these issues along your spine. Okay, so that's why it's a very, very beneficial for you. There's nothing to worry about. If you do it the proper way, you will not hurt yourself. Actually, you become stronger and healthier, more flexible. Okay, it's that's why we advise, we recommend that you increase you train yourself. Don't do it excessively. You train yourself to sit longer each time. Sit longer by 2 minutes. So every time you sit, okay, you try to sit and be and bear the discomfort a little bit longer. You sit comfortably like this gentleman here for 20 minutes. It's no challenge. Okay, so and that doesn't count. Okay, if your objective is to improve, I submit to you that the systematic way to improve is to build your concentration. Okay? It's measured by concentration. The ability to concentrate longer and better. Any other questions? Yes.
Thank you. I noticed that even when we stop the meditation and as we continue to talk and listen to you, we still remain in this position.
Yeah.
So is sitting in this position generally good? Is it beneficial if we try to do work in this position, or have meetings in this position, or watch TV in this position?
Excellent question. Very good. I have a student who is an engineer in Silicon Valley, and she is a mechanical engineer, has a child, and has 2 houses here in Silicon Valley, and her life is very stressful. And she tells me that the only way she can cope with it every day is that she goes to work and cross her legs for 6 hours. Just cross her legs and work. What happened to you is that at first it hurts and you can't concentrate because it hurts too much. Okay? And you bear it a little bit more next time, and next time, eventually she was able to sit for 6 hours every single day at work. And you find that you can concentrate and work a lot better, a lot longer, a lot faster, much more effectively. Okay, give you an example. One of my students has her own company, and she doesn't like to cross her legs. She hates pain. But we train her. She's willing to bear with it, and she's very slow. But she found that she told me personally, she has, after a couple of years, she found that she could work 3 to 5 hours and do all the work she used to do. The mind's a lot faster. When your concentration power increases, your samadhi level increases, your mind is a lot faster. Okay. Now, at work, so your question is about at work. I would recommend that if you're able to cross your legs at work, cross in See, you're able to sit in full lotus already, and you're not. You should sit in full lotus, and you find out that you'll be a lot better off. You see, I can tell right away from your legs that some of you can sit in full lotus, and yet you refuse to sit in full lotus. Only because you didn't know better.
Oh, well, so during the meditation, the 20 minutes, I sat in half lotus
Yes,
for
I know.
about 5 minutes, then the pain kicked in.
Yeah.
And so I also have this question, like if I sit in half lotus, I can sit longer without moving.
Mhm.
If I sit in full lotus, I may just maintain this position for a shorter time.
Yes.
Which one is more beneficial?
Full lotus. Give you underestimate of the difference. It's a factor of 50 in effectiveness. So you sit in full lotus, you get 50 times the benefits of half lotus. That's why we never sit in anything but full lotus, whatever I do. Watching TV, driving, sitting, not driving. Driving, I do half lotus, by the way. Okay? I drive like this, always. 1 foot. And when I get tired, I go like this, and train my left foot. Just kidding. But the point being that full lotus is the beautiful thing about the full lotus and half lotus posture is that it naturally increases your chi flow. You don't have to do anything. I don't care what you do. You can watch TV, you can work, you can eat, you can do whatever. The chi flows stronger as soon as you cross your legs. It's fantastic.
So even when I don't have the need to concentrate, like if I'm reading a book to my child, I
Yes,
can sit like this.
yes.
So get a benefit.
Yeah, because your chi is stronger. What happened is that when you cross your legs, okay, the chi kicks in, okay, it goes into an overdrive mode, and then it packs the chi to your navel, to your battery. So you actually are charging up. Okay, you don't need to reach for an output. You cross your legs, you're charging yourself. And you work up here, you're pulling your chi away to your brains in order to think. That's why when people like you who uses your brain power a lot, okay, you're draining everything at the expense of everything else. At the expense of your digestive system, expense of all your liver, your heart, your lungs, and so forth. Because everything has to go up here for you to produce. Okay, so when you cross your legs at your desk, the chi is building up in your battery, and you pull it up. So that's why you can last a lot longer. You're using it up, and then you're building up down here at the same time by merely crossing your legs. Isn't that clever? Same thing. You go home, and you're tired. And typically you reach for a beer or something, okay, to replenish your energy. Watch TV. Watching TV, okay, is an outflow energy through your eyes, isn't it? It drains you. So when you watch TV, it relaxes you as well, okay? It dulls your brains a little bit so that you think less, and so you find it relaxing. Actually, it relaxes you well, so it drains your energy. Okay, so you cross your legs, and you again are building up. You're packing energy in your navel, in your danti. Okay, so I highly recommend you cross your legs whenever you can. We do that. We eat, we cross our legs.
do that under the table, moving the muscles.
All right. Anything else from South Carolina? You see, this gentleman in South Carolina is relaxing. That's very good. He knows how to relax. Okay? Relaxing is not by being comfortable. Okay? Relaxing is learning not to think. That's true. Relaxation is not thinking. Okay? So that your mind can be at rest, at will. You only use it when you must to solve problems, to address issues. The rest of the time, you relax so that you don't waste your energy. You realize that mental energy is the biggest waste that you produce, that you have. By constantly thinking, you're having so much waste of mental energy.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So for me, it's quite difficult to sit cross-legged because I did it as best I could, and it's quite painful.
Yes.
And so I can sort of demonstrate. I can sit cross-legged, but I can't really like keep my back straight.
Right.
And so I was sort of leaning forward with my back a little bent.
Right.
And basically my question is, like, as I sort of sit for longer, like, sort of what is the best approach? Like, so like one thing I've experimented with is like sitting up against a wall
Right.
to support my back,
Right.
or like just kind of leaning forward, bent over,
Yeah.
because if I, like it takes a lot of
Right.
force and energy for me to try to sit with my back straight, and I
I
can't.
understand.
Yeah.
My
So,
sympathy. Why would you want to learn to sit? Why?
so I can sit for longer,
Why? Why would you want to sit longer?
because you just said it was really good to sit for longer.
You believe everything you hear? Can I propose that you change a little bit? Not because I say it's beneficial. Convince yourself that if that guy can do it, so can you. If he can do it, so can you. Anyone can do what he does. Because if he sits in full lotus like that, he's packing energy at the rate about 1,000 times faster than you. Can you realize that in a meeting and you fighting, you're presenting your ideas and fighting left and right and you're draining energy, and he sits there and he packs it up just like that and he keeps on fighting like hell. That's the problem you're going to have. Yes? Why would you accept that as a fact? I would not. I refuse. I say, if you can do it, you can pack your energy 1,000 times faster than I can. I want to do the same thing as you, maybe better than you. Agree or disagree? Why would you accept that that's all you have? You can develop yourself and increase your concentration. Right? It's an edge that he has over you right now. And an edge that she has over you right now. That she said, see, she cheats because when she crossed her legs under the table, no one knew it, and she kept on fighting and arguing with everyone left and right, day and night, and they don't even realize that she has unlimited energy.
So, you know when it really helps? Performance review. For those of you who have been managers.
Yeah, I heard. The way she described it is really grueling. Okay, so you can do that, and of course, this validates again. It proves to me that your posture, because you cannot sit in full lotus, your posture doesn't give you stability. Okay, so for now, the way you train yourself is, I assure you, okay,
I have a student who was 74 at the time he first came to me, and he said a lot worse than your legs. His legs are like this, and he's very awkward. He's just like this the whole time. So I told him, go back. You watch TV, don't you? He said, yeah, of course I watch TV. That's the only time I have for myself, with my wife or not. So I said, you watch TVs, and this is what you do. You sit in your chair, okay, and with your back to support it, and you cross your legs for me, okay? And what you do, the way you train, and you can get to him very quickly if you want to. Would you like to know how? Put one left leg. Oh, by the way, sir, your legs are the wrong order. I'm sorry.
That's left.
Oh, okay, that's right. Sorry, never mind. The way you do it, you put one leg, okay, on top of the other. Do the left leg on top. One leg, yes. Okay, and she can train you a little bit later, very quickly, on how to train your legs so that they're more flexible. Okay, and try to bend the other leg, and there you go. That's how he sat, by the way. Okay, and it hurt like hell. It's gonna hurt like hell very quickly.
It's very uncomfortable.
It has to hurt. Uncomfortable doesn't quite describe it yet.
It hurts.
Okay, and the more it hurts, the quicker it drops. Okay, the hurting, okay, the hurting means that the chi is trying to break through, that's why it hurts, okay? And the more it hurts, the chi will become stronger, and that's how your legs become more flexible, naturally. Your tendons will become more flexible. Okay? So you sit, you go back, you're back home, you train yourself watching TV or even at work and time yourself. I don't trust don't trust yourself. I always use a timer, countdown timer, and I press it out, increase by 2 minutes every time. Okay? And eventually you see that just bear the pain. Okay? Grit the teeth, I said, because I'm gonna beat him. Okay, I'm gonna sit longer. Okay, that's our arms race. Okay, so you sit longer. So the Chan training right now at your level is to try to sit longer in full lotus. So you build like that, and you train yourself by of course supporting your back right now, because the back needs support. And you can't, that posture is not stable enough for your back. So you sit against something for now, at work, at home, whatever, it doesn't matter. She should teach you how, all of you, except for the full lotus people, to do a little bit of stretching to make it easier, make your legs a little more supple. Okay? And train yourself. It's a matter of, again, today's theme is that push yourself. Okay? And you can be better than this. If I can do it, so can you. There's no reason for settle for anything less than that. Okay? And it does wonders for your health, by the way. You find out. All right. Anything else? Yes, sir.
I've been meditating for the past 3 to 4 months, and I started mainly with a couple of apps, Headspace, Waking Up. They've been pretty good.
Yes.
Focus there is mostly on being present,
Right.
right? And I can certainly feel the difference in the last 3 months. What you're prescribing is more improving your concentration. The first question is, I want to understand what's the difference between being present and focused. And then the second question I have is, how do you measure if you're improving your concentration? What is the measure? Is it just you feeling that you're more focused, or is there a way to measure that you're actually better at concentrating now than a month ago?
Okay. So you want to know the being present versus the focus, and then how do I know I'm improving?
Right.
Okay, very good. Being present, that's the next session's topic. But since you asked, we'll give you the answer. Being present is being stuck. If you ask me, I'm present already. I don't need to be present. I need to be better. I prefer to be better than being present. So to be better is to increase focus. Being present meaning you maintain a status quo. That's all you're doing. Yeah. You are, the emphasis is to increase your awareness. Whereas the improvement, the samadhi, the concentration, is to increase the sharpness of your mind. Okay, it's two different worlds. Increased concentration is the real purpose of meditation, not being in the moment. What we are proposing to you is to use different measures for when you spend time meditating. Being in the present is not good enough. Being present to me personally is a trap. You're dying. You're aging. Your colleagues are improving. Are you? It's an arms race. What are you doing to improve? To be better? You don't improve, someone else will, and they take your jobs. Okay, so I feel that in this increasingly competitive and more stressful world, I think this emphasis of meditation, if you ever bother to meditate at all, is for the sole purpose of improving yourself. Become a better person. You can be better than this. Through training, any of us can become better. I'm still improving. That's what's fascinating to me. Okay? I'm not happy where I'm at right now. I still want to improve. Okay? And how do you know about whether you're improving or not? You don't, but we do, first of all. We are professionals. Okay? Time is up. I have a few more minutes only. But you can tell yourself. If you're willing to push yourself and do this, then you will see that you will improve. For example, when you go from the current level of concentration to the next, you find that at that very first time right there, your energy level increased. Like there's a floodgate that's being opened, and you have so much energy for hours, for days. Okay? And you don't need as much rest. You don't need as much food. You don't need to go upstairs anymore. You don't need a cup of coffee anymore. You still get going. Okay? And your stamina is incredible. And so you find that for yourself. And more importantly, to me personally, those are
secondary benefits. To me, what interests me is that I'm a lot more pleasant, more patient. People around me appreciate me more. Life is more interesting, more rewarding, less stressful. You know, I assure you my stress level is about a lot higher than all of you combined. I have so many problems I have to face. There's so many people dumping their problems on me. So I have to improve myself. Okay? All right. Final question. Okay. Yes. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I really enjoy the idea of self-improvement, but I just want to understand a little more why you bring up competition with your peers. I just want to understand a little more like the reason behind that motivation rather than just a more self-focused one.
If you focus on yourself, to me, it's still not enough. I prefer to look at a person who's better than me and motivate myself to reach that level and look for next person. To me, that's real. Otherwise, how do I know I'm improving? How do I know I'm going in the right direction? So, for example, for me, my role model, the person I'm trying to reach, is my teachers, my late teachers. As I got closer, I realized, ooh, he's a lot better than I thought. As I get closer, I said, ooh, he has a lot more depth and more dimensions than I realized before. So it's easier for me to have a target. Okay, so to me, I motivate myself by looking at the next guy who's better than me. Or you look at these people, and she's a girl, look at the way she sits. You know, that's unreal. Okay? Whatever it takes to motivate yourself. You find yourself more interesting, definitely stick with yourself. All right? Thank you. So she can show you very quickly how to exercise with very quickly to make your legs more flexible and bend your legs easier. Okay? Thank you all for coming. Would you like to do it online here so that maybe the people online can see it too?
Sure. Oh, that's a good stage.
Yeah, quickly. It doesn't take long.
Okay.
You need microphone. See, she can't move.
I think I need to be on the floor.
Okay.
Because here it's hard.
Give her a microphone. Hold it for her.
So basically, you can I just sit down, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can find.
Microphone.
Oh, the table is.
Okay.
Just go to the other side.
Yeah.
Go to the other side.
Yeah, this side.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
So the general exercise are like if you do yoga, there's some like a common exercise, for example, like butterflies. And that's one thing to start out. And then there's
Flatten, like you're
right.
taking off.
Okay. And then also there's
Push it, pull it in to your center, close to you, and then flap your legs.
right. So you hold this as close in
Pull it in.
can
Okay.
towards
Flap.
you, and sorry, and then you can like do this to relax.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can try it. You see, like a lot of people are a lot lower than me. Yeah, And then the second thing is starting out, you wanna have your legs straight, and then you can flex your toes, your feet, forward, backward, feels the stretch down here. So there's actually one exercise is very helpful is you have your left leg on top of the right, and left hand on the left knee, and try to reach for your toes.
There you go. That's a very effective
It's very
stretch.
effective. So for the people,
Exhale,
so
exhale, you reach forward.
exhale
a little
here
bit,
when
okay, and
reach.
exhale a little bit and reach.
So for the ones
You
who
see
for
how
the
you're
people
reaching
who
further
can't
when you
do it,
exhale?
well,
There you go.
can reach your toes. All you need to do is just focus.
Okay,
And then exhale, and then don't give up, don't come back. Just
okay, and then
focus,
the objective,
exhale longer and longer.
yeah, the objective, by the way, she's not that flexible. When I was younger, I was able to, my chest can touch my knee.
Here, right, on the back.
Okay, that's the objective, stretch more. Exhale, okay, and stretch a little bit more. Exhale, stretch a little bit more.
So I was a lot worse. When I first started, I was like him, that far. And then, but seriously, I was sitting there, and then within 10 minutes, if you don't give up, you can reach your toes right there, just like that.
Just
Okay.
exhale as you try to reach
It's because your
forward.
mind doesn't think you can yet. Okay, so you just reach. And then for the people who can grab their toes, you want to pull it back towards you. 1, 2, 3. Actually, you grab the top and pull. That's 3 times, and then you switch and do the same thing. Okay. And grab your toes and pull it back towards you. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And you want to do 3 sets. So if we try that now,